Hello all.
Hello.
A review of the Dragonzord, the ZAP.
ZAP. Yeah, ZAP Meg.
Yeah.
ZAP Dragonzord.
Yeah.
And we're going to talk about some things we love and some things that we hate. But let's start with the love. Let's bring the love into the room. What do you love?
It's very shiny, and it's very cool, just by the looks of it. It's sort of.
Would you say it's sturdier than the Megazord, the ZAP Megazord?
Yeah, nothing falls apart, nothing falls off.
It's definitely earthquake proof, unlike the the Megazord. One thing I want you to do, because did it just now and it showed something, lift it up a little bit towards the window behind you.
So do you mean go this way?
Go sort of that way.
Like that?
No. That's the bottom, and that does show the ZRanger logo at the bottom, but that's kind of cool.
You want the top?
I mean more like, I'll go up, and because if you put it in the light, you can actually see the eyes are red, people.
Ah.
You can see the eyes. So that was kind of what I was getting at.
Lift off.
Lift off. Because Dragonzord can fly. PowerRangers in space.
In space.
Yeah, that's it. You've got to go, in space. So it's a very, very cool figure.
It's very cool.
It does come with some accessories which I will never use because I'm so frightened of breaking the thing. So there's hands with missiles that come out. Yeah. That's why, because when you said before, like, oh, this doesn't feel quite right, it feels quite flimsy. It's because you can pull them off at the joint and replace it. But I am never, ever doing that.
No.
Because there are things about this sword that just feel like it's going to break. And for a premium priced item, you want it to last. You want it to look amazing, like it just came out of the box forever. But that's not necessarily going to be the case with this, and I will sort of explain why. One of the things that I had to deal with when I got it was, if you turn him around, do a almost 360. Stop. Yeah. I probably should have said 180, that would probably have been accurate. I know maths. Right at the top here on the gold, there was like a flake of black paint and it looked like it was scratched. So when I opened it on Christmas Day, I kind of went, oh, this is bad, and I hate it, and I am inconsolable because that's the type of person I am. I worry about these little things. So I realised that I could get it off with a little bit of alcohol, and because it didn't show up completely, if that makes sense. It sort of showed up in certain light, but it was that thing where you go, yeah, that's not okay. You can transform it, and we will do that in another video, but for now we're just going to show sort of articulation and just its general awesomeness. So we will have a part 2 to this video because I don't like transforming it. I don't like it. It's bad. And I feel odd. Like, one of the things I will show right now, just to explain what I mean, is the feet. If you turn them...
Or which one?
Yeah, hold on. I can't even do it. It's so stiff. There you go.
I'm worried about it snapping.
It feels like it's going to, but I think that's part of the quality of the plastic is better than you realise. So yeah, this bit here, there's this little joint kind of peg bit. Yeah, I'll kind of show it like that. That's where the feet plug into. So there's this massive gap, like here and here, and I really need to check the instructions and find out I'm not missing anything, because it just looks weird. It looks really, really odd.
And with the old toy, not that obviously it's a new one, but this bit used to come forward and you used to be able to put the legs up, and it would.
Yeah, and this doesn't do that.
It just feels very bulky.
Yeah, I mean, as a figure that you're going to put in your collection, and in a glass cabinet and leave it there. It's amazing. Like, it's a real good showstopper piece. Like, the chrome is just amazing. There's this weird hexagonal pattern thing that they've put on the ZAP Mighty Morphin Zords. I'm not 100% sure what that's about. You know, it's a design choice. Don't hate it. It gives it a little bit more, I'm trying to get the thing in, there you go. A little bit more detail. But sometimes less is more. And that's completely, you know, your thought process. I'm also looking at it and they're going, is that scuffed? What's going on here?
I've noticed a lot of things on this thing.
Really? Yeah.
That paint job is a bit shocking in parts.
Oh, it's the actual sun coming through the window.
No, this is actually paint.
Oh, on here? Oh, wow.
Paint. So can I
show me? Yeah.
So well, this is me.
Yeah.
See this bit here? If this is meant to be a quality product.
Yeah.
That gold bit there.
Yeah.
Isn't straight. It's not perfect. This gold bit here, it looks like there's a bit of black on there. Yeah,
which I noticed on a lot of it actually. I don't quite know why there's paint bleed. There's
just paint bleed along some of the designs, and some of it hasn't been done perfectly, and there's a bit of white. There's a bit of white there. I don't know if that's paint or if that's a scratch.
I'm trying to get it. Let's have a look. I think that could just be dirt, to be honest, but I'll check in a minute. Because the easiest way to tell is to see if that comes off.
Doesn't.
No, that is a scratch.
Sorry to...
No, it's all good. I mean, it is what it is. But one of the things that I kind of want to point out, so this might be a little tricky with the camera in hand. May I?
Yep.
I will take Mr. Zord. Come to me, Mr. Zord. Is the thing that everyone talks about when you go to move the mouth. What is this? What is that? That is because for some reason when you transform him, you try and like open his mouth, it pulls down the mask part, and there's very little you can do about that. See? I'm trying to turn it around so you can see as well. See that? And I find that a piece of cardboard or, you know, something kind of placed in that little joint there and lifting up pushes that back in place. But I shouldn't have to do that.
No.
And that appears to be something that's very prominent just with the Power Rangers Hasbro line in general. Is there's a lot of, I shouldn't have to be doing this.
I mean, with the metal, you know, the Bandai from the 90s, I mean, some of it's metal, but at least when you bought it, it was sort of like, this is a thing of beauty. Like, I have no...
This is a thing of beauty.
Oh, it is. But there's too many buts.
Yeah.
It should be, you pay a premium for this.
Yeah.
It's not like it's a cheap thing. Like, if it was $50, I could understand. But this is much more than $50.
Yeah. So it's that thing of, you go, are we whiny fans? Are we expecting too much? Or are these things just bad? You know, that's the thing. You kind of need perspective on it. If you get enough loud voices together, are they just loud voices or do they actually have a point? And it's that thing of, if you don't like it, don't buy it. Yeah, I get that. But we also kind of deserve more. You know, I'm not saying that, you know, we're being pretentious or we're being elitist. This is supposedly a premium product. You want the paintwork to be perfect. You want to take it out of the box and instantly fall in love with what you're looking at. And if you see any discrepancies on it that are big discrepancies, you can't just let that go.
No.
You know? Oh, the tail is kind of flexible, so you can move it. Yeah.
But I noticed
they're on ball joints.
It's a lot longer. These ones are short, but this one's quite long. I don't know if it's meant to be.
No, it's kind of not meant to entirely be like that. It's supposed to click in like that. There you
Oh,
go.
okay.
It's so you can separate the joints out. So when you make the staff, basically, you have to remove part of them to make the staff.
Yeah.
I haven't done it yet, which is another reason why I want to do it in the other video. Because I've transformed it kind of, but I haven't followed the instructions. So what we're going to do when we have tripod and possibly more people is we're going to do the actual transformation and post that online for everyone to see. But this is just our initial unboxing and thoughts of what we think just from looking at it straight away.
So the other thing is, I know we've already mentioned flimsiness, but there's this is very loose, and this, I don't know if you can see it, but it looks very loose, like it could fall off.
I'll kind of show you. I'm not going to do the full transformation, but 3, 2, 1. Oh, magics! Is I'm going to show you what you do. And one of the things I notice is the moment you get it out of the box and you go, I'm going to transform it, and you realise you have to do this. These arms, they're never going back onto that peg. It's never happening again for you. So once you do that, it's never going to go back into that hole.
Do the so you're saying the hands don't go in?
No, the hands do go in. It's just this arm bit here. You have to basically pop those bits out to transform it. So there is a little nubbin right there that it connects into that hole. The problem being is that you can't reconnect it. Once you've pulled it off to do that, it is never going back onto that thing ever again. It's just not going to happen. So I'm going to show you the partial transformation. I'm not going to do the full thing because, again, we're going to do it in another video. But take the tail off.
Oh no.
Yep.
It's tailless.
He is tailless. He's Taylor Swift. And because I'm cool and I know who that is. I'm not old. Right. And then you go, if I can remember how to do it, because it is a bit tricky. How do you do it again? Oh yeah, legs. Like that. So you basically do the splits. And then you do that. So if you want in warrior mode, battle mode, sorry. Warrior mode is Red Dragon Thunderzord. I know my Dragonzords. Is this bit it's on a magnet as well. There you go, pop out. It feels like it's going to snap. That is not a good feeling.
No.
Like, secure is good, but I could easily break this in half. Not a good feeling.
Not a Tonka truck.
Not a Tonka truck.
Which
ironically, Hasbro own Tonka. So go back and have a look at your previous purchases. I'm just saying.
Because I should
Want to know how to do stuff in die-cast metal? You need to go back and speak to these people.
Yeah.
Right?
You should be able to kick the Dragonzord and it should hurt your foot. Just like the Tonka trucks.
Don't Tonka survive my dad standing on it, right? And we're not talking about just the metal ones, because it did come with some plastic accessories.
Oh, yeah.
And there were 2 cars. And there was Trans Am sports cars, and they were made out of plastic. My dad stood on it and it still survived. So, just saying. So yeah, you obviously, do the whole,
Morph sequence.
Yeah.
Oh,
I have just realised that does fold down like that. Okay. So you obviously put Megazord in. You fold that bit down and do Megazord, right? Make a Dragonzord. That's how you would do it. But again, we'll do that in more detail. So, putting that back down like this. You fold in the arms. Like so. This is just not, obviously we're not going to connect everything. I'm just going to show you basically what you do and said problems with said issues. Right, so, like that. Round. And then what you do is you try to, without breaking it, easy said than done. Try and get that in. Trying to do it. There we go. So you just got to make sure that those bits are flush. And then click.
Nice.
And then you can bring that down. And this is the bit, I don't know if I'm doing it wrong. I will have to check the instructions, which again is why we're going to be doing it next time. Is you go round like that, and then you have these little jointy bits there, and it just looks
weird,
odd. Yeah, it's a very odd thing.
It's like the I don't remember what it's called, but the Megazord in its
tank mode.
Tank mode, that's
tank
it.
Mode, yeah. So if I pop that like that, like breaking everything, and then that would go on. You take one of these bits off. I forget which bit. I think it's that one. As I do it, it does it's going to snap. Take that bit off. That bit goes on, basically like so. Obviously nice and straight, which I can't do because I'm an idiot. Yeah, like so. There's the handle is kind of here somewhere. I forget where it is actually. Is it there? I did do this the other day. I'm sure I did. Yeah. Anyway, I'll read the instructions. This is only supposed to be a brief, not an actual. So you pop that back in, line it up, turn him back. Let's see, feet. So I was able to work this out without reading the instructions. Because again,
simple.
If you watch the show as many times as we have, you kind of pay attention, right?
Seen the transformation about 50 billion times.
Yeah.
50 trillion times, sorry.
That's it. And you go 3, 2, 1. This is one of those things that if you use a gentle amount of force, because again you've got the magnets in there, and then sliding it back is a little bit more tricky than it should be. So move that out of the way, and try and do this. Why is this so hard? Why is life so hard? Okay, there we go. Oh, hello. What are we caught on? We're caught on something. Why are we caught on something? Okay, try that again. Oh, there we go. Cool. No idea what that got caught on. I moved it out of the way and we are good. So, like that, and then, obviously, before you do anything else, there is a trick to this, because there's a little bit right there which I can't get hold of. Sack. Oh, that's why. Right. So you can use this little bit to pull it down. Just make sure you don't push this too far right because it will get stuck. So, and out he comes. And let's do that as well because I did the same thing on the other side, which is really stupid. And then there we go. Down he comes like that, and 3, 2, 1, like that. Cool, we're almost there.
Nice.
I can put it right around. Yay! Okay, cool. So, there he is. Let's put that down because I don't know why that came out. There we go. Oh, now I know why it came out. I just don't know why it moved. Okay. Yeah. So very, very cool. Very, very shiny. Try and put those bits down like that. Obviously got to point out, you know, that's annoying, but no, there's. If I could get in there, if I could open it, which is easier said than done, because I have to remember which way around it